Get ready for Gears Cup Series action coming up next. Big shout out to JJ DeBoss for the most recent follow. And if you missed it earlier this week on social media, Gears Freaks at Monza up next. This week on Gears Freaks.
Say it, Mike. That'll be on Gears Freaks.
That'll be on Gears Freaks.
Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to the La Ventura de Larson 260 at Monza.
One loose. Loose off forward.
Right.
Oh shit, I got top behind me.
You in trouble now, boy?
Matt, welcome back to being an honorary Freedom member for the plate track.
I welcome this position. If one of you burns that wall, I'm never going to forgive you.
Reckon it one.
That's 100% on me. I punted Zach, pushed him up.
Tom, you and Devin gave me a poop check. That was not fun.
Yeah, definite poop check there. Poop check.
Look at dog, outside. Look at dog, outside.
That's a massive save, Strony.
Oh, God, that was scary. Who was that?
Someone just got sent to space. Call a caution.
Well, that's the first fatality of the night. Rest in peace, Andrew Allen. Oh, I'm crying, bro. Gracias.
Is that a plug for your landscaping company, Travis?
Go away, Matt.
That's my Canadian right there.
First lap win all season, baby!
And again, that was Matt Albert, your winner. Getting it on the last lap, getting it done. when he needed to. And congratulations to him at Monza. I am your host, Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat, and we are back. Gears is back. And we couldn't be more excited. Again, looking ahead here into the rest of the season. It is coming down to the nitty-gritty, folks. I believe we have about 8 races left, 7, 8 races here. If I can count, still on 2 hands. Still plenty of time for somebody to come in, but as you can see tonight, we're here for the Naders 200 laps here at Iowa Speedway. We'll get you up to speed with what is going to be happening tonight as far as what the drivers have to work with tires and all that stuff. So Iowa Speedway here tonight. Next week, July 19th, Brickyard 200, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I am not sure if I can break the news yet or not. We do have a surprise for our drivers coming up next week. Hopefully, everybody will be on their P's and Q's for that. And then 2 weeks from tonight, July 26th, we have the Pepsi 200 at Daytona. And then it gets wild from there on out. In August, you have New Hampshire, Canadian Tire, Pocono Raceway. And then finally, the last race in the regular season, you see that in black here, Michigan International Speedway, the Skoll 200 on August 23rd. And again, if you haven't gotten a win, but you can get it on points and you start enough races, you might just get in there. But if you can get a win, and you already have enough races participated in, and you need a win to get in, that is going to be your last chance. And the Nashville Super Speedway with Dolly's Music City 200, September 6th, starting our playoff push. And I can't believe that I'm saying playoffs, but we're almost there. It has been a sprint through the 2024 season. Looking in now to the 2024 point standings after La Aventura de Larson 260. Again, your winner last week, or 2 weeks ago, I should say, Matt Albert. Second place, Jonathan Militia. And the 22 of Josh Cole. Peyton Howell, still your leader, still serving that 3-race suspension. He should be back, I believe, next week for Indianapolis. 39 points back is Van Drugman, Brad Gutierrez, Connor Rowe, and Chris Parkman. Your top 5. If you see a red line with 2 asterisks, that means they are uneligible for the playoffs and are in or are out of the playoff contention at this time. Everybody else there in yellow, right on the cusp. And everybody that's in orange is pretty much in at the moment. Again, we still have a lot of time to go before we get into that. Let's bring in the booth now. Again, I am Tom Torrey. I hope you are having a great Friday night, as I am. Happy to be with you. Happy to be back in the booth. It's going to be a wonderful night for the Naders 200. Hopefully, we'll get some guests here in the booth as the night goes on. We are just moments away from qualifying. As you can see to my stage left, you have some of the drivers that are out there. And let's get some names. Perrin Huggins right now, fastest in practice with Van Drugman, Matthew Weeks, Sean Anderson, and Tyler Curley. Newcomer J.J. Moore in 6th there. Skylar Comstock, Jonathan Evans, Kendorian Davis, and Brad Gutierrez. Again, Indianapolis is going to be nuts. Daytona in 2 weeks. I can't believe it. Monza 2 weeks ago was amazing. I got to drive in that. Shared my POV with you as well. It was a wonderful time. One of those races where I will not soon forget it. As we look forward here tonight in Iowa, it gets serious here the rest of the way. We've had a lot of controversy in the last month or so, and we're hopeful that tonight we keep it on the track. And hopefully for these guys, we might see a new winner. But I don't know. Perrin Huggins making a strong push here at the second half of the season. I like him. I like him where he's at. If you guys got a pick, let me know. I would love to hear it or see it or whatever. Let's take you down the tracks. We got about a minute 10. Give you an idea of who's fast in practice with the ticker at the top of your screen. No sponsor here for tonight's race, but next week we have a very special sponsor. When I mean special, I mean us. Gears. But it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to share that with everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna count here and how many races we have left. So again, after tonight, or including tonight, you have 7 races. 7 races left before we hit September and get in to the playoffs. Now, I'll go back to the slide one more time before we watch a couple guys, or ladies and gentlemen, in practice. You have Nashville. You have the Daytona Road Course, which is unheard of. A lot of people are like, why? Because we want to. That's why. For the Napa O'Reilly Advanced Auto Zone 35. Talladega is the cutoff line for the first cutoff for the Yellowwood 250. Richmond Raceway night race for the Earnhardt Tribute 200. Just got a sponsorship. Can't wait to announce it for you for the Kevin Harvick Tribute 200 at Auto Club. And then that last cutoff before the finals, the Jimmy Johnson Southernmost Tunnel 200 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Let's get down to the track here now live and listen to the drivers as they get ready. Start their lap. Let's go out. Yeah, let's start with number 85. Why not? Number 85. See what we got here. Looks like everybody's hitting the track. We're going to find out who we like. We're going to go with James Bowles. See what he's got in the old Tizank in that Ford Mustang. Not looking bad. The 85 goes into 3. Again, on the inside lane in 3 and 4, you got a couple of bumps. In the outside lane in 1 and 2, there's a couple of bumps. So you got to be mindful of that. His first lap looks to be a 23.98. Jalen Handcamp right there with 24.11. James Bowles, your fastest guy so far as first lap starts to turn in mid-hang. Now taking that over with the 23.89. Bowles' second lap. Is it better than a 23.98? Can he beat a 23.89? Comes across the line, 23.94. Not good enough. And then we have Tyler Curley here, the Bass Pro Shops Tracker 43 Toyota Camry. Pole sitter right now with a 23.86. Comes around turn 3 and 4. Notably, a lot of these drivers taking that low line. Getting her off the corner best she can. Let's see if he's any faster. 23.87, just a hair slower. J.J. Moore on that front row with that 51 Mars Bars machine. Newcomer to this league, happy to have him. Brad Gutierrez. Joshua Perrin here, looks like his second lap is done. Let's see who we got for Perrin Huggins. Perrin Huggins with the 23.98 first lap. This is lap 2. See what he's got in the old Tankski. Crosses the finish line with a 23.85. Going to put him on the front row, but Van Drugman, a.k.a. Elliott Drummond, out there with a 23.84 and your pole sitter. And that was lap 1. Comes around the Geico restart zone off of turn 4 with a 23.83, fastest in the lobby. So unofficially, here it is. Here it is for you. See what's going on here. Jeremy Beal just hanging out. Sean Anderson, 23.82. Looks like he will be the pole sitter right now. Jeff Gilmer is out on the track. He is new to this series as well. In the 77 Miller High Life machine, going to qualify 21st. Have quite a few people going home tonight. Matthew Weeks looks like he is on the verge of getting bumped out, but he's got a minute to go yet. Looks like he's on the track right now. Let's see what he is in that 56 car. Couple guys on the bubble. I do believe there was 38 to 40 drivers in this lobby. And the 56 comes out, guns blazing, 13th with a 23.97. Let's see if he can follow that up. You best believe he can. Crosses the finish line with a 23.91, putting him inside the top 10 at 8th. Nathan Fuller on the bubble right now in 40th. See if that changes anything. Again, unofficially, there is your qualifying leaderboard as they get ready for the warm-up. Again, Gears Freaks this week was a banger. Hats off to the Gears Media team for making that happen. And how about it? We've got a lot of racing tonight. A lot of sweet, sweet hot action about to go down. Again, tonight is 200 laps. We don't have any stage breaks or anything like that. No fast repairs. And you have 6 tire sets. The max fuel capacity is 70%. And the cautions are called by the 2 gentlemen in race control. Tonight, that is Nate Williams and Tyler Steiner. And now the restart zone is on. We expect the leader to launch from the restarts within the Geico restart zone coming out of turn 4. Again, as we look forward tonight, there's a lot at stake here. A lot on the line for some of these drivers right on the cusp of making the playoffs. Skylar Comstock has been making a big push. Kyle Munson, Jonathan Militia, who led the most laps at Monza, was a big favorite to win that race. Sits in 18th right now in that 69 machine. The 8 of Parrot Huggins. Just outside 9th in the 19, but he has a win, so he's in. Brandon Meyer there. But then Andrew Allen, Jimmy Ensley, these guys who show up every week. Some have better luck than others. And then you see Tyler Curley, Andrew Sanford, and Nathan Fuller both. All 3 have been slowly marching and making that push, cracking the top 25. Again, give you one more look at the points before we go green, just to let you know what the implications are here tonight. Again, the orange means that they're either in on points or in because they have a win and are in. And are currently on pace to meet the criteria. Again, Tyler Curley, the most notable. One of the fast cars here tonight. If he could put it all together to make the playoffs and compete, I think he'd make a lot of fans here in Gears for sure. Another guy to watch out for is Tyler Wooten. And thank you, Houston Woo 88, for the love. Tyler is a nice guy. I like Tyler Wooten a lot. The guy sitting there currently inside the top 25 and 24th with that 86 car and has had solid runs. Again, how good are you at Iowa? How good is anyone at Iowa? I did a couple laps around here, doing an entire test for the week, and it's a fun track. A lot of people don't give it enough credit. As we'll fly high over Iowa Speedway, we have this heat race going on right now. Hopefully they can advance this soon and get to the warm-up. But this is going to be a transition from late afternoon into the night. So by the time this race ends, we will be under the lights. See if I can get anybody to talk with me while we wait here. Let's see who I can lock in. Jeremy Beal, do you have a copy? Testing, Jeremy Beal.
What's up, man?
Jeremy Beal, how are you feeling, my man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Got you live here on the broadcast here, the pre-race show. Where'd you end up qualifying?
I believe 22nd. I got a little loose coming out of 4 right there. Almost looped it, but I saved it. So, yeah, I had a decent lap going, but it is what it is. I'm going to crawl my way through this.
Yeah, do you feel confident in your car? Do you think you can come home with a victory?
I'm going to try, man. There's some good people out here, man. It's a super loose, slick track. Now that the sun's going down, we're going to get a little bit more grip. So there'll be some more lines to choose from, but passing's going to be tough, so I'm just going to try to stay smart, keep my car straight, and worry about my race. So need to get through to the checkered flag for this one.
Right on. Well, I wish you all the best, and we'll let you get back to it.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Have fun up here.
You're welcome. Thank you. That was the 42 of Jeremy Beal. I'm going to try to put him in the right home. Hopefully I did. See if I can get one more here before the warm-up. I was hoping to get... Well, I guess I'm not going to get him. Let's see if I can get this young guy. Newbie in our league, J.J. Moore. J.J. Moore, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gears Racing League, Gears Cup Series. You're in the race here tonight. How do you feel about your chances?
I feel pretty good. I'm saying we got a fast Toyota. It feels nice. It's going to be a good night of racing, hopefully pretty fun.
All right. Well, again, I wanted to welcome you aboard, give you some TV time. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Me, myself, and I guess.
Right on, brother. Well, good luck and have a fun race.
Thank you, y'all too.
Thank you. And that was the 51 of JJ4, part of M5 Racing, as we get set for 200 laps of that sweet, sweet hot action. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Hopefully, you're having a good evening. I am. Can't wait to get to grid. And next week, Indianapolis for the Brickyard. I've done a little bit of driving there lately in a Cup car and with a Indy car. Both wonderful experiences. Just euphoric in nature. But here we go. It is time for the Corn and Naders 200 at Iowa Speedway. Let's get into it as these guys get ready, as we're going to get to the grid here shortly. We'll show you who's up front. Says race feature. Hopefully that's right. Look down a leaderboard there to see where your favorite drivers starting. This looks like Jonathan Evans and Sean Anderson, row 1. Van Drugman and Perrin Huggins, row 2, with Tyler Curley, J.J. Moore, Min Hang, Matthew Weeks, Brad Gutierrez, and Mike DeWalt in your top 10 here. Go through the grid one more time before we get to green flag action. And here we go. So on the front row tonight, we have Jonathan Evans, your pole sitter. On the outside of him, we have the 13 of Sean Anderson. In row 2, we have the 45 of Van Drugman and the 8 of Perrin Huggins. In row 3, we have the 43 of Tyler Curley, and the 051 of J.J. Moore, Monroe, North Carolina native. Minhang in the 2. Outside of him in row 4 is going to be the 56 of Matthew Weeks. Brad Gutierrez in that Hendricks Cars.com 84. On the outside of him in the top 10 on the outside of row 5 is Mike DeWalt. Row 6 has Yahir Rodriguez in the 16 with the 85 of James Bowles. In row 7, Jalen Hankamp and Joshua Parent. In row 8, Skylar Comstock and last week's winner, Matt Albert. Connor Rowe and Kendorian Davis is row 9. Jonathan Militia, and it looks like Joshua Parent, Jeff Gilmore. I don't know. They got all mixed up here for me. And there's your top 20. We're just going to go with it. Get notables in the back. Coming out now looks like Bowles or somebody's dropping to the back. Serve maybe an EOL from last week. There's Tyler Wooten in the 86. Going to run the grid down as we get set for Green Flag Racing one more time. And throw in your pick in the chat. Who you think is going to win it? And if you pick the right one, there may just be a prize for you at the end of this one. Again, 200 laps will decide this. We do not do stage breaks. They have 6 tire sets. The 1 tire set they have and the 5 that they're able to bring in. And be an extreme amount of money to do that. Holy cow. Again, including tonight, 7 races left in the 2024 Gears Cup Series regular season. If you're in on points, you are not safe. If you have a win and have made enough starts, you are. But Jonathan Evans and Sean Anderson going to lead us down off of pit road. Here we go for the Corn and Naders 200 here on Casa de la Horseboat. 3 wide already into turn 1 and 2. Curley making it personal right away. Jonathan Evans nice and clear. Is going to lead lap 1. Everybody behaving like good boys and girls. But the stakes could never be higher. I think the week off really has helped. Give everybody a moment to take it easy, relax, kick it. Old school on the 4th of July. See J.J. Moore moving up in the 5th there right now. Side by side with Perrin Huggins. But Jonathan Edmonds, Van Drugman, Sean Anderson, Tyler Curley, and Perrin Huggins, your top 5 so far. With J.J. Moore, Matthew Weeks, Min Hang, Mike DeWalt, and Yahir Rodriguez rounding out the top 10. Good battle right here between the 84 and the 70 of Brad Gutierrez and Jalen Hankamp. Kind of held up with this group in front of them. Looks like they could go fast. Looking on further back. See Jeremy Beal hanging on as Skylar Comstock right there. Connor Rowe in front of him. The Old Spice 5 machine. When is he going to change that scheme? Nobody knows. But it could happen someday. J.J. Gilmore, a newbie in our league as well. Racing hard for 23rd against Kyle Munson. With Stephen Gurley Jr., the unfortunate man 2 weeks ago, taking that hard hit out of turn 4 in Monza. He looks like he is healthy and ready to rumble. Let's move back up front here now with the leaders, and let's ride on board with Van Drugman. Drugman to the inside now. Side by side for the lead. 26 and the 45 off for a Sunday drive here on Friday night. Lights already on here at Iowa. These two battling for position. Watching on now on the onboard from Sean Anderson. Big shout out to Sean. Watching this battle unfold in front of him, and then directly behind him is the 43 of Tyler Curley. Getting voted most likely to crash in 2023. Almost making himself a two-time champion of that title. To the inside goes Perrin Huggins. If it's the yellow line, you're safe. It's the blue line, you need a change. Perrin Huggins all over it. To the inside of the 43, applying a little bit of pressure there for fourth. Looking back. Ooh, let's see this fight here between two teammates. Rodriguez and Gutierrez, a part of that. I think it's RGR Motorsports. I don't have my notes in front of me right now. But these two are teammates, and we got a crash!
Caution, caution.
We have ourselves our first caution of the night. And let's back that ass up and find out what happened here on the Gears Cup Series. It's a replay. Looks like this started up here a little bit further up. Looks like with P. Huggies here, Perrin Huggins. Let's see this in real time. Looks like Huggins just got a little loose coming out of 4. Taking that nose, just clipping. Does Mike DeWalt clip Brad Gutierrez? But we'll back that up again and see what we can see. We're riding with the onboard of Mr. Michael DeWalt. Yeah, and that's unfortunate for Brad. Let's see if he was able to keep it off the wall, and he did. Good for them. Hopefully, I saw a front nose come off, and then I saw it come back on. So hopefully for them, they'll be just fine. But it looks like Perrin just got a little loose there. Again, caution number 1. 14 laps in of 200. I've been told that after about 20 laps, the tires tend to wear down. And I've heard from some people that they can make it 40 laps on a set of tires and be okay. Now, some drivers are more aggressive than others and use their tire wear all different ways. But it seems like all these guys are running to win and get out in front and get out ahead. Especially the 26 and 45. They are especially fast. Noricillo, thank you for the follow, bringing us up to 391. Getting us closer to that goal of 400. Thank you sincerely for the follow. Again, Jonathan Evans having some unfortunate luck last week. I think him and I got entangled in something. I took Brandon Meyer for a ride across my front nose, which was unfortunate. Rooting for Curley and Van. Right on. We'll pin that here. Hopefully if they're under caution and see that, they can see that you're rooting for them. Thank you. But Monza was an experiment, and, it was a lot of love-hate between some of these folks. I, for one, love it. I hope we bring it back in 2025. Now that we've had a race underneath our belt with that. It was the one race that I really wanted to do with the crew. And it delivered. I mean, it delivered on a bunch of different levels. And it was just a fun race. Again, for points, nonetheless, I think I finished 6th. But I'm certainly getting EOL next time I show up in 2024. Which will be never. But Sprocket Series Monday night. Tune into that Sprocket Series. That'll be on the network of Alex Tilley. Sprocket Series Monday night at Pocono. For the Dunder Mifflin 150. And that'll be on the Alex Tilley channel. Gotta get him an image here and a graphic with his face on it. Again, as we're about 15 laps in, 16 laps into 200. Early into this race. Hard racing there by Perrin and Tyler Curley. Sound pulls a Joe Biden right there. Holy shit. Hard racing by both. Your top 10 is, as directed, Jonathan Evans and Van Drugman. Tyler Curley, J.J. Moore. Yahir Rodriguez and Matthew Weeks. Jalen Handcamp and Matt Albert. With Min Hang and Joshua Parent. Your top 10. Joshua Parent is a snake, apparently. He's a snake. As the Chevy Silverado takes us around with the lights off, that means we're going back to green flag racing here at the Corn and Naders 200. Jonathan Evans leading us off with Van Drugman and the Geico restart zone, and he is off like a herd of turtles. Hopefully cautions do not breed cautions, because nobody looks breedable here. Three wide. Action all over Iowa Speedway, but this is probably the most interesting. 67 of Ken Dorian Davis hanging on for dear life. It has filed out. Everybody's okay. We'll move up front, see what the hell's going on up here. Matt Albert in that 48 machine, last week's winner. Giving you a taste of some Canadian flavor, a little bacon, if you will. Riding around in 5th, having a good run here so far. So good for Matt Albert. Oh, doggy, we almost had one. 3 wide. Matthew Weeks, Jalen Handcamp, and Tyler Curley all battling for position. Curley trying to smother. Weeks will not work. He will lose position. Battle up front between Jonathan Evans and Van Drugman. Going at it like two ferocious street cats in an alley. Look at the run that Evans gets off of 1 and 2. But Van Drugman being able to stay and maintain position has been good. Just as good back here is a battle for 3rd between Yahir Rodriguez and J.J. Moore. Again, J.J. Moore, a newcomer in this league, but not new to iRacing. As you can tell, he has the skills to pay the bills. Moving back into this fight here. Matt Albert being consistent on the outside, as is Matthew Weeks. Tyler Curley to the inside to make it 3 wide. Washing him up and almost taking Weeks to the cleaners does Tyler Curley. Curley doing everything he can to maintain position, but in doing so, is he burning up his tires? Using up all his good stuff, as he is now lost a position to mid-hang. Connor Rowe, Joshua Parent, Jonathan Militia, and Trey Holmes all chomping at the bit there to take position away. As you can tell, where everybody is primarily comfortable. Curley gonna drop into line. Now it's still a battle for first and second between the 26 and 45. Drugman gonna tuck right back in behind Jonathan Evans. And just continue to work as Van got loose, but a good run. Going to the inside into 1 and 2. And he's going to clear him. What a run. Into turns 3 and 4. Looked like he was going to break and snap loose. Otherwise uses that to his advantage. And gets the lead. Factor Mike is fixing damage on pit road. That is unfortunate. If I could find you to pull you in for an interview, I would. But you are nowhere to be found. And that is a bummer for Mike DeWalt. As he's been in the booth doing some RC work. This has been in some unfortunate trouble here in the 2024 season. I think one of those drivers yet to score a victory this season. Yeah, no victories here yet for Mr. DeWalt. And we'll look further back now. Looks like we have a battle between Nathan Fuller and James Bowles. This is a battle for 18th with Kyle Munson right there in 17th. Bowles snapping a little loose. Fuller going to take that position away. Tyler Wooten and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, 86. Riding around just inside, or just leveling out the top 20. Skylar Comstock and Jeff Gilmore right on his tail. Drugman putting his team, I Beat Your Favorite Driver Racing, on his back. And exiting as quickly as possible. You see these guys up front, they've all started to single out here. This is a battle for 8th between Joshua Parent and Matt Albert. Again, Matt likes that mid to high line. Seems to have done him well so far in that Irwin Tools 48. And this is amazing. We are... Oh, Matt Albert! And Matt Albert spins it out on the front stretch. Sweet baby Jesus. Can he keep it together? Yes, he will. Green flag racing still remains. Again, we are privileged enough here to have with us, because he's fixing damage, Mike DeWalt. Mike, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us again. Good to be back. Not so much for you, but it's still good to be back and running.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Got collected there early. The fortunate part is that it happened early, so I can get back out here after about a minute more of damage repair. But yeah, having a really solid run there in P6, I think I was right before Perrin lost in front of me. But it happens. It's a tough slick track. He's got to do an excellent job, though. I'm really excited about the racing so far.
Now I gotta ask you, because watching from the tower, I feel it. I feel like it's a vibe tonight. You can tell that there's a little bit of tension, but more or less that people know that, you know, the playoffs are coming. We're right there. We're right at that doorstep. Do you think some of these drivers who are on bubble are starting to feel that pressure?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's guys in here right on the bubble, right outside the bubble, that are just looking for points, trying to get a good points day, try to get back within contention. One of those guys is Jonathan Militia for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mike, again, pleasure to have you on. Heard your parents are watching the show again. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Mr. and Mrs. DeWalt.
Have a good broadcast, man.
Thank you, sir. We got Mike DeWalt so kind enough to join us as he's getting ready to go back out on the track. Yahir Rodriguez, your leader. Right now, looks like Van Drugman has, I believe, entered the pits. Has come back out, I believe. No, I think he just dropped. I'm not sure what happened there. We'll have to revisit that here shortly, and maybe we'll see. So Evan, Yahir Rodriguez, Matthew Weeks, Jalen Henkamp, and J.J. Moore. Min Hang, Tyler Curley, Joshua Parent, Connor Rowe, and Jonathan Militia, your top 10. Militia, again, as Mike DeWalt mentioned, trying to make a push. He's got all the talent in the world. Mooresville, native, running hard here tonight, trying to make something of that Road Soda Motorsports ride. Speaking of ride, let's take you away on a journey. An Iowa Speedway cruise of the Corn and Naders 200 with tonight's first Loose and Loud, sponsored by the Corn and Naders 200. Oh, mama! I don't know if we can have one right now, because we got to see what happened to Van Drugman, who looked like he got sent to Jesus. See what happened here. Oh, and he just right hooked himself into the wall. Wow. Not good for the 45 team. That just ruined his night. Let's resume tonight's Loose and Loud.
I think we're under caution here.
We have ourselves a caution. Not sure what has transpired, but we're going to piece it together. We're going to back that ass up for the horse boat instant replay. Curley's also officially out of the race. What the hell just happened? So let's find out what's going on here. Oh, looks like Matt Albert involved in that. See what happened. Oh, looks like he kind of just ran out of town. Happens to me every Friday night. That's why they say I have a face for radio. Oh, yeah, he did a Van Drugman. Right hooked himself, and then he... Oh, I think that was Jimmy Ensley. Oh, that is unfortunate for the 48 team and the 53. Wow, so Tyler Curley out. find out what happened to him. Let's back that up and see what we can see here. Give me just 1 second. A lot of action happened on that loose and loud that we did not see. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go. Looks like he's just running hard. He just loses it coming out of 3. Hangs on. Just frustration. Just frustration. Hopefully he'll decide to come back. It looks like he's going to be okay. Oh, nope, I lied. Right hook, and he is out. Okay. So, that being said, he's not coming back. That is a bummer as we have pit stops happening here right now. Looks like the 56 got off of pit road first. Gonna be that leader. See the name I have. I thought I saw that name. We'll get him in a second. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., that Advanced Auto Parts. Number 12, happy to see him out on the track and with the Gears Cup Series. That's buck wild. Again, don't forget to tune in next week for the Brickyard 200. Brickyard 200 sponsored by Gears. It's going to be an awesome night of action. Again, that'll be next week with 80 laps, and then 80 laps 2 weeks from tonight at Daytona. Night race for the Pepsi 200, all happening at July 19th and July 26th. In the next 2 weeks. Looks like the 66 is getting a wave around, and that is Ryan Robertson. That FedEx Freight Toyota Camry. Love the scheme, hate the service. FedEx sucks. Coming from a guy who ships a lot of products. Matthew Weeks, Jonathan Evans going to lead us off here with Minhang and Yahir Rodriguez. Trey Holmes and Jalen Handcamp in row 3. Row 4 is going to be Kyle Munson and Connor Rowe. Rounding out the top 10, we have Kendorian Davis and Skylar Comstock. As we get set to go back to green flag racing here, the Geico restart zone for the corn and Naders 200. Quarter of the way through. Yahir Rodriguez making it 3 wide for second place. Matthew Weeks looking strong in the 56 right now. Minhang trying to ride the rim on the outside with that Ford Mustang, making it work for now, propping himself up into second position and contending for the lead. 3 wide behind him with a strobe light of a blinker with Jalen Handcamp back there.
Caution's out.
And we've got a caution.
Any thoughts on pitting or staying out at all?
See what happened back here. Looks like the 29 involved. Let's back that ass up for another rendition of the Gears Cup Series Instant Replay. Ooh. Anderson and Fuller touching sides, and Gurley loses it. Cuts it back off the wall. Oh, and it looks like the 24. I don't know who that 24 is. 024 is. Looks like Caden Dietrich, I want to say. Yep, looks like Dietrich got involved in that. Looks like Mike DeWalt again. Paul Wilkins. Huh, that is interesting. It looks like, I don't know if that was Mike DeWalt or somebody else, but definitely a DeWalt type of machine got caught up in that action. Maybe it was this Iowa machine of Brandon Meyer. Again, big college football game coming out next week if you know what it is. Parent Huggins says, my pick to win is Jonathan Evans. Sounds good. I like the way he's been racing tonight. It's a solid pick. Minhang, your leader now because of the caution flag coming out. Unfortunate circumstance there. Looks like Stroney is a lap down. Coming around here. Yep, there he goes. With the French fry car. The T-Stro Racing. Like his many businesses, entrepreneur. Got an OnlyFans for his feet. He loves cutting grass, if you know what I mean. That Minhang Designs sponsored race scheme of the Deuce. A very fast car, very good driver. Won in the Sprocket Series. And he will be back there again Monday night. Got a lot of notable names that we haven't seen in a minute. Matthew Weeks, it's awesome to see him back with gears, doing his thing. Jonathan Evans rebounding nicely from 2 weeks ago. Trey Holmes loving the 25 machine. Happy to see Trey here tonight. Yahir Rodriguez, always a threat. Jalen Handcamp, don't know much about him since the Chicago Street Course, but he is a tough cookie. Connor Rowe feels like he is one of the best drivers in Rocket Racing. He shows it every week. Kyle Munson right there, cracking the top 10. Dorian Davis in that 67. And James Bowles in that 85. Again, a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces. We have a great mix of driver master class action. Lawsuit? Question mark? I don't know. Is this green or this caution looks like it's possibly extended? I'm not sure for what. Yeah, looks like my leaderboard is still screwy there with my tower. As here we go, they're going to group up with a one to go. Minhang, Matthew Weeks, Jonathan Evans, and Trey Holmes. Yahir Rodriguez and Jalen Handcamp. Connor Rowe with Kyle Munson. Dorian Davis and James Bowles. Notably here, Skylar Comstock, Tyler Wooten, Sean Anderson, and Nathan Fuller. Keaton Salyers and Jeff Gilmore. Brad Gutierrez and Josh Cole. And rounding on your top 20 is the 55 of Christopher Pugliese. And the 20 of Joshua Parent. Or the 14, excuse me, of Joshua Parent in 20. Lights are off. You know what that means. Geico restart zone is active. Minhang in the deuce. Lead us off, and let's ride on board for his restart.
Green.
unfortunate. You would hope iRacing would do a little bit of a better job at that. But I guess we can't expect everything. You know, we pay for service. But you know, we get what we get. Everybody seemingly getting the job done so far. Min Hang, Jonathan Evans, Jalen Handcamp, Matthew Weeks, I hear Rodriguez, your top 5. I love the static cameras. They are beautiful. Min Hang off to a good lead. Let's see what we have here in this group. Again, this is a battle for 4th on back. Yeah, I hear Rodriguez, Matthew Weeks, and Connor Rowe. We have another caution.
Give me your 10th there, bud.
And it looks like Justin Shoup, haven't said his name all night, getting into an altercation, catching a case, if you will. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and it looks like Stroni got a little loose to begin with, and I think made everybody panic a little bit too much, if you will. Paul Wilkins looks like he's going to be okay. Shoup just lost his front end. Hopefully he'll get that fixed. But unfortunate. Yeah, you could tell. And let's just go back. Since we have the time, let's just do it. Between me and you, let's just figure it out. As we're backing that ass up. Here we go. Let's get on the nose of Justin Shoup. Watch that wiggle just in front of the 34. Ooh. Yeah, that's a definite poop check, and that's our first poop check of the night. Sponsored by poopchecks.com. Need to write a check because you're old school? Go to poopchecks.com and print off all your poop check needs. That is poopchecks.com for if you still write checks and you're 95 years old. Again, one more time from the hood of Justin Shoup. Actually, let's go on board with the 34. He kind of had a little bit of a better view of what's happening here with the 21. 21's front end is a little screwed up. He's not 100%. That's pretty apparent. He's doing the best that he can. He was going to go down. Gets a little squirrely there. And then the panic attack ensues there on the outside. Paul Wilkins getting the business handed to him. There they head in the pit lane. Wow. Some of these guys will stay out. Min Hang, your leader. Jalen Handcamp, Jonathan Evans, Matthew Weeks, Connor Rowe, your top 5 going into this caution. Yeah, not much to say other than there has been some hard racing and some unfortunate incidences that has occurred here tonight. Nothing malicious in my opinion. Just hard racing. They're trying to get back at it. We're 7 races away from the playoffs. As Mike mentioned, like, there's pressure here. But it's how you persevere is what counts. And for some guys, they can do it. Aaron Huggins says, Corn and Naders. Corn Naders. Hell yeah, Corn Naders. Baron, if you're available for an interview, please join us in the broadcast waiting room would love to hear from you and to shoot the shit. Hopefully y'all are sipping on something, having a good evening here as we are at Iowa Speedway for race 18 of 33. Again, over halfway. We are starting the second half of the season with the end of the regular season nearing. Oh shit, we do have Perrin Huggins. We'll get Perrin Huggins in here in just a moment for your listening pleasure as we'll show you the grid and get back to Green Flag Racing. The two there of Min Hang and Jalen Handcamp, your front row. Row 2 is going to be the 56 of Matthew Weeks and the 26 of Jonathan Evans. Yahir Rodriguez and Connor Rowe make up row 3. Row 4 is going to be James Bowles and Trey Holmes. And row 5, and rounding out your top 10, the 40 of Kyle Munson and the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. Condorian Days, I don't know at this point. Pace truck, ready to get lost. As it will, Min Hang leading us down the Geico restart zone. Here we go, Green Flag Racing for the corner in Naders 200. Min Hang off and running. Joining us now live is the 8 of Perrin Huggins. Perrin, thank you so much for taking a moment out of your day to join us. How are you, bud?
I'm pretty disappointed, man. You see, I just lost all talent there, wrecked all by myself.
Hey, man, this sounds like my kind of night in a C-class lobby for a truck race.
Yeah, man, it's not too fun, is it?
No, not at all, not at all. I was going to ask you, were you affected by the DDoS attacks last night?
Yes, I was, man. I was actually very excited to race C-Fix trucks, and those dang DDoSers ruined it for all of us.
Dude, I'm getting sick of that shit. I mean, it's something. I hope iRacing takes action, finds the people who are doing it, and shuts them down. At least we were given some time here tonight to race. But again, I know you're hardcore, man. I'm sure that kind of made you upset.
Oh yeah, for sure. It looks like we have a good race on here live at Iowa.
We do at Iowa Speedway. Here, Min Hang, Jalen Handcamp, Matthew Weeks, Jonathan Evans, Yahir Rodriguez, your top 5. Connor Rowe, James Wolves, Kyle Munson, Trey Holmes, and Brad Gutierrez rounding out your top 10. And Perrin, we'll have you hang out here for us for a little bit. I would love to have you for a moment. Your season, in the grand scheme of things, you're going to make enough races. I believe you've already have won this year, right? Yeah, you do have a win under your belt. 2 wins, I should say, under your belt. How do you feel about the playoff schedule and what's coming up ahead for some of these guys?
I feel good, man. Actually, I just need to clean up my mess ups, and I feel like I'll have a good shot at the championship in Vegas at the end of the year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you are definitely one of the front runners for that. I know. We got a couple talented guys here. I think the elephant in the room, we've got Van Drugman and Peyton Howell to get through. Do you feel confident in your ability as we go along? As far as you're well-rounded. I mean, I don't know that you're a good road racer or not. I really haven't. I haven't watched you closely, but do you feel like you're well-rounded? You can race the short tracks, the intermediates, the super speedways, and road courses?
Everything but road. I am not that fast on the road side yet. I am working on that though.
Yeah, road courses, especially when you're running iRacing, they are very unforgiving. So if you don't anticipate a corner, you're going to eat shit and die, as a lot of us would agree would happen.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Every time I race a road race, I'm raging. the whole time, man. It's hard.
So I gotta tell you, I met Nathan Fuller. I used to race in another league that he was in, right? I met him because he reported me because I was in a road course race. I was at Coda, up and over the hill, just past, I think, turn 4.
Oh, hell.
And I lost control. I bounced off on the wall. I came across the track. Of course, I didn't mean to do it, but he hit me. I hit him, whatever you want to call it. And he reported me. That was my first real meeting. And then when I tried to apologize, it just really didn't work out. The road courses are a challenge for me, but I am just not, I'm just not privy to it. But I know you're a well-rounded racer. I know road courses. I think eventually you're young enough where you're going to catch that and you're going to be good here a few years down the road. It's just, again, it's that time, right? I mean, you got to take that time.
Yeah, man, for sure. It takes a lot of practice, man, for sure.
Again, Perrin Huggins in the booth with me here tonight, keeping me company. As we were talking, a lead change has gone down. The 70 of Jalen Handcamp has about a little bit over a half-second lead over Min Hang. Jalen Handcamp kind of made himself known during the Chicago Street Course. Again, a track that I love. I actually love to broadcast that race, believe it or not, Perrin. It's one of my favorite road courses on the docket for that. And I think a lot of people question, like, why the hell would you think that, Tom? That's kind of stupid. But in my mind, it's not your typical road course that we see. Now it's on the schedule. It may leave as we're hearing the rumors through NASCAR, but I am a fan of Chicago. What are your feelings about the Chicago Street Course?
Well, I feel like it's a good track. It's so hard to pass, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's very few passing zones.
Well, it's like you almost have, like F1 kind of, where you have to set it up in the straights, but you really have to have that momentum coming out of those slow-ass corners, and if you don't, you're really kind of, you're kind of at a disadvantage.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Every time I race that dang street course, I eat shit and die, man.
Jalen Camp still your leader here with Min Hang and Matthew Weeks, Jonathan Evans and James Bowles. Your top 5. We are kind of spread out. Let's take a look around the track, see if we can see some hot action across the field. Everybody is pretty much singled out. Yeah, wow. Anybody who has a stake in the game singled out and on the way as we're approaching halfway, about 18 laps to go. And Perrin, I know before we went green, track temp was about in the 90s. I want to say the lower 90s. What was it when you guys went green? What was the track temp?
87. It went down some.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I felt like since the temp went down, that I could push harder, and I was dead wrong, and now I'm DNF.
Well, I think a lot of people did. And we noticed Van Drugman did it. He's out of the race. Tyler Curley did it, and Matt Albert, where they kind of got loose going to the middle of the corner, and then they hit the gas or they try to save it. All of a sudden it grips and they right hook themselves into the wall. We've seen a couple guys do that here tonight.
Yeah, it is a very, very slick racetrack out there. Even with the low temp, it's wild to experience that live.
Absolutely, and I think Iowa in general deserves a little bit more love. It's a slick track. You got to respect it, especially when it's hot. But as you said, even though it's a little cooler, you think you can push it. Maybe on this tire you can't. And guys, have to be mindful of it as we see a couple people here on Tyler Wooten's dash cam, most notably Andrew Allen, who is our first official Gears Cup Series NASA astronaut, getting launched into space last week at Monza. Perrin, most notably your your caption in the Gears Freaks, I don't know if you've seen that, really said it all about that incident. That was probably one of the funniest things I have ever had to witness.
Man, I was dying, bro. I seen Paul get turned. I was like, oh shit, please miss it. And I seen him go head first in the wall. Man, I was cracking up on the radio.
I knew it was gonna happen. It was a matter of time, right? Like it wasn't like that wasn't ever gonna happen. I fully expected it was gonna happen at least once.
Oh, for sure. That has just that place is so bumpy, man. It's hectic.
Now I gotta ask you, because we're live here, I'm gonna put you on the spot. If Monza was back on the schedule in 2025, would you race it?
Oh, damn right I would.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I had a blast, dog. Even though I got wrecked out, I still had a very fun time, man. It was a blast.
Now, Monza was a risk, and I think we can all agree it was kind of a risk, but with the group that we have, it really went well. I had a fun time being a part of it, and I hope if and when it comes back next year, that I'm going to do the same. Monza's amazing, and I loved it. I personally loved it. No, go ahead.
Yeah, just say, and yeah, for sure, man, it was awesome.
Jalen Handcamp still your leader with Matthew Weeks, Min Hang, Jonathan Evans, Jadhir Rodriguez, your top 5. RGR teammate Brad Gutierrez right there at 6. Kyle Munson, Trey Holmes, Nathan Fuller, and James Bowles, your top 10. A good green flag run out of these drivers. Well needed, well deserved. As we push forward, edging closer to the playoffs. Again, after tonight, only 6 races left to make it. Win and you're in. As far as your race eligibility, how many races you've been here could constitute an automatic win and in. But if you're on that points bubble, you have to finish here tonight. Undoubtedly, you have to finish. It doesn't matter where, really. A lot of good drivers have been knocked out of this race. Peyton Howell on suspension, at least for this week. Will return next week for the Brickyard. Again, Perrin, so happy to have you join me here tonight. Again, the booth is a little lonely, so it's good to have somebody here joining me every now and again.
And it looks like we have the lead change. The 56 of Matthew Weeks is your new leader here at Iowa.
Let's go back here just for a quick snapshot replay with the Gears Cup Series Instant Replay. Yeah, it looks like it took a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and a little bit of pride, but he did it here a couple laps ago, as you can see, passing for the lead on the outside. And I think the 70 almost let him have it. But again, tire conservation is key. Again, Baron, I don't know if you can confirm for me or not. A little bit after 20 laps, you're kind of dealing with kind of a challenge with them tires.
Hell, I would say after 15.
Caution.
Oh, we have another caution. Jonathan Militia involved. Let's see what happens. Let's back that ass up. Justin Shoup, Brandon Meyer, Keaton Salyers, all a part of this sweet, sweet jungle of love. And it looks like already Jonathan Militia's front left toe link looks like his tires are already just toasted on that left front. I don't even know how he's competing here as he's on the outside. Keaton Salyers, he makes the pass. I don't know if we backed it up too far or not, but this would be interesting to see. That's wild to see. I don't know if you can back it up, Perrin, and watch it. But the 69's car, his left front toe, his whole tire is
he is toast. He is toast.
And here comes the incident right now. Tags Keaton in the 19, pushes him up into the wall, meets Brandon Meyer. Justin Shoup gets a little bang orangutan in that. It looks like he'll be okay. Oh, hold on. Let's see if Sean's able to get out of the way. He doesn't, unfortunately. Pugliese looks like he's going to get out unfazed. But we'll take a rewind.
That
with Brandon
was a
Meyer.
very hard crash. Very brutal wreck there.
I mean, especially for the 34. My heart goes out to him. He's had a rough past couple races. I don't know if you saw me put him into the wall on accident, but that was wild at Monza. Yeah, it looks like Militia bounced off the wall going on the front stretch. This car is just toasted. Trying to get out of the way, and then Meyer eats dust into the wall front and gone. Sean Anderson getting into that, but it looks like Fitzpatrick. Keaton was able to drive away Pugliese okay, as well as we reach the halfway point in this race, and we have pit stops right now.
Who will win the race off of pit road? Let's find out.
That's right. Jonathan Evans out here with the first pit stall. Once we get back to green flag racing, we will do another loose and loud. Sponsored by Perrin Huggins and the 8 machine. Looks like Weeks gets off the line first. Woo. That was close, man. That was close. Again, Perrin Huggins with me tonight. I am Tom Torrey, aka the Horse Boat. You're watching the Gears Cup Series. If you're uninitiated, welcome to the action. Again, next week, Perrin, I can't drop too much information, but something awesome for the top finishers at Indy.
Ooh.
For the Brickyard. Might want to take a note.
Top 3.
I can't break the news. I'm gonna ask somebody I know if I can drop the news.
All right.
I'm gonna ask the group right now if I can drop the news live. We'll see what happens. Got a message in. We'll see what happens.
We are now halfway through this 200 lap event. And I think business is about to pick up big time.
Yeah, I mean, if you are in the points, as we mentioned early up at the top of our show, if you're in on points but you're kind of riding towards the bottom, you need to finish. And I think that's important. I don't really think it matters where. It's just you need to finish. You need to finish the laps. You need to finish the race on the lead lap. I think that's probably the most important thing. As being a mid-pack driver consecutively throughout the years, getting in the conversation, you have to finish. Making the races, showing up is a big part of this business. Matthew Weeks and Jonathan Evans to lead us off as we go back to green flag racing, over the halfway point for the Coordinators 200 at Iowa Speedway. Perrin Huggins with me. I am Tom Torrey. Going into turn 1 and 2, we already have a big jump and 3 wide across the board for 5th place.
Side by side for 2nd.
We are squeaking like fresh cheese curds across the track. Wisconsin reference, Perrin Huggins, get used to it. Weeks, Evans, Rodriguez, Holmes, and Hay.
Man, Hang is ripping that high side.
Min Hang, one of those guys that I feel like is a really talented driver. Races a lot of league or hosted stuff. He joined the Sprocket Series, and he is a menace to society in that league. We love him for it. but he's a
And
strong
we
force.
We have a lead change up front. Your new leader, Jonathan Evans.
The 26 is on top of things and is your leader. You got to tell Evans I'm an Evans fan. I like Jonathan Evans. Even if he was mad at me 2 weeks ago. Still a 26 fan.
Short-term memory.
That's what I'm saying. Alzheimer's it is. Min Hang fighting back for first. The
Man,
deuce in that high side, ripping it.
He is gone. New leader in the 2 car. He shot out of a cannon out there.
No kidding. On a fresh set, he is a force to be reckoned with. A notable name here riding up front here tonight is the 25 of Trey Holmes in that Jordan-inspired 25. Beautiful scheme, clean car, good run. RGR having a good night as well between the 16 and the 84. Biggest mover of the night, and I have to say it to you right now because it's the damn truth. Starting in last, moving up into 8th place is the 24, Rocket Racing 24 of Nathan Fuller.
Yeah, very in first half. Man, he has gained 31 spots. That is crazy.
Doesn't get any better for that Stanley 24 team having a solid run here tonight. And that is a beautiful segue into our next Loose and Loud, again sponsored by Perrin Huggins and his 8th crew.
Caution. Got anything to say about your car?
And it looks like we are under caution yet again. We'll find out where. Let's take a look on the nose cam. Sean Anderson to see exactly who that was. Oh, looks like the 70 got loose and spun out and turn 4 was stopped. Looks like that was it right there. Let's see what happened here with the 70. Yeah, he was already loose entering 3. Connor Rowe was right there as well. Let's take a look and ride on board with Connor Rowe. Oh, yeah. Connor Rowe kind of got him loose there to 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. All right, we'll back it up one more time since we have the time.
That's a very tough break for the 70 car there sucks.
And it's just an errant brush just across that back end of the 70, getting him loose into 3, and chaos ensues from there. But he did a good job as far as not destroying his car completely. Big shout out to that team. Jalen doing everything he can. Let's see if I can get the 24 in here on a quick call. Nathan Fuller, do you have a copy?
I've got you.
Nathan Fuller, probably the most impressive person on the track right now. 35 spots, started dead last. You're now rocking in 5th, Fuller. How are you feeling, buddy?
I mean, it's a race of attrition. You know, we're only 116 laps in. Somehow I've managed to keep it out of everything, so just trying to keep it clean and push through these last 85 laps-ish.
You feel confident about your ability to win this race?
I feel like this race is going to come down to strategy. I think I've got the chance. I've got the speed. It's just if the cautions play in my favor and we can get the pit strategy right.
All right. Well, thank you for jumping in here for this quick interview. Thanks, Nate.
Thank you. Have a good one.
That is Nathan Fuller in the 24 machine again. Started dead last, has moved up all the way. Looks like now into 3rd and having a pretty impressive run. Let's see who else I can get in here before we go back. Green flag racing. Lights are still on. That means I'm still talking. Yahir Rodriguez in the 16. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Looking good, feeling good here, running up near the top. How do you feel about your chances here tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. I know Brad has a really fast car. Really, we just have to wait these guys out. I mean, tires have been quite an issue. But yeah, some of these guys are racing us pretty hard. But we just really gotta play by waiting them out.
By what I can tell, did you anticipate this being better or worse on tires?
This is about what I expected on tires, but I didn't expect it to be that early. So that kind of did make us change our strategy a little bit.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, Brad, I hope you have a wonderful. Excuse me, Yahira. Excuse me. I'm thinking of Brad Gutierrez because he's been running really well near you all night long. Yahira, my bad. But I definitely, you have the car, man. I think you can win it. Best of luck to you here tonight.
Thank you.
That is Yahir Rodriguez, number 16. Apologies to him for screwing that up.
Oh man,
first time
it
back in 2 weeks.
Seems like either there had some 2 tire takers or some guys not pitting. So this race may get very interesting here on this restart.
Green flag.
Mind is blown, and here we go. Back to green flag racing. Brad Gutierrez and Matthew Weeks leading us down into turn 1 and 2. Brad Gutierrez, Matthew Weeks, Nathan Fuller, Trey Holmes, and James Bowles, but that could change at any moment. I hear Rodriguez right there. And the 88 of Andrew Allen, the astronaut. Matthew Weeks to the inside of the 84.
Oh, the 40 of Kyle Munson in the wall. Oh, Matt Albert's wrecking the 48. Matt Albert. In the wall.
48 of Matt Albert eating dust. Looks like he's going to keep it green here for us. No impediment of the race. Hot action here tonight. The Coordinators 200 again. Next week, Brickyard 200. And the Pepsi 200 2 weeks from tonight. Brad Gutierrez, Team RGR out in front. That 84HendricksCars.com Chevrolet Camaro leading us down. Let's ride on board with the 84.
It seems like he has a very smooth line, but here comes the 56. He's going to send it on the bottom of the racetrack. Will he clear him? No, they're still side by side off of 4.
And this is the type of intensity you can expect here up towards the front in the Gears Cup Series side-by-side action every week. It's rare that we get somebody who's up by 10 seconds. It does happen every now and again, but it's usually side-by-side for the lead. Matthew Weeks, Brad Gutierrez going at it. Again, a good mix of Fords, Toyotas, and Chevrolets in the top 10. And Dorian Davis haven't said much about them here tonight. The 67 Monster Toyota Camry riding there on the bubble around 10th place. Battling for position, 3 wide up ahead of them. Yahir Rodriguez, Andrew Allen, Min Hang making a push back towards the front. And then Jeff Gilmore, a new face to the series, trying to crack that top 10 and doing all he can.
Man, Matthew Weeks showing off how fast that race car is. Man, he is into that thing like there's no tomorrow. He has no regrets.
Again, you have 6 sets, but it's all about how you use them. Some of these guys are just going for it as we approach 70 to go. Some of these guys are playing the long game, and I think the guy who I would put in that corner is the 13 of Sean Anderson. I know he got caught up in some bad stuff early. Justin Shoup, one of those guys too that we may see here near the front towards the end. Connor Rowe, I would throw my hat in there. Paul Wilkins in 21st. He could be one of those guys that may be there at the end with conservation being key, but that is all in part if they have a long green flag run. Matthew Weeks is your leader. Brad Gutierrez in second. Min Hang, Trey Holmes, Nathan Fuller, your top 5.
And if this race does somehow go green, they all have to pit one more time. Who will be the best in pit road?
Yeah, if it comes down to pit road, you are at the mercy of you hitting your pit box correctly, making sure you don't speed, and that fantastic, awesome iRacing pit crew. I don't know if you're drinking, Perrin, but I am.
Oh, you already know, Tom. I have to.
Old Smoky Moonshine should be my sponsor. If you are out there, let's talk. I will kill my liver for this drink.
I hear you, man.
Again, Tennessee, one of my favorite places to visit when I travel through the midsection of the United States. Another favorite part of my area is Charleston, South Carolina. But I intend to make the Gears race next year for the Coke, or Gears meetup next year at the Coke 600.
Oh man, yeah. Next year I will for sure be attending the Coke 600. And oh, don't look now, but we are side by side for the lead. Here comes the 2 of Min Hang.
As Parrot Huggins calls it out so excellently, like Joe Buck in a playoff game, side by side for the lead. Ford Mustang with a Toyota Camry and a Chevy Camaro watching. It's an orgy of excitement here near the front.
They're still side by side through 3 and 4. Who will have the advantage off the corner? It will be the 2. New leader here at Iowa.
And it looks like I have Floyd Stewart here. Redneck firefighter can't believe my motor blew and took me out of the race under caution. No warning signs or anything. Is that a thing, Perrin?
Say that again.
I've been told somebody's motor blew out of nowhere under caution.
That I did not hear here. I am not sure about that one.
That's buck wild, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Jimmy Ensley.
under caution.
Yeah, that's what he says in my chat. I don't know if you can see it. It says, can't believe my motor blew and took me out of the race under caution. No warning signs or anything.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
Speaking of caution, we have Pugliese and Kyle Munson. 2 Camaros making sweet love into turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happened. Let's back that ass up. Coming out of 4 here. And again, the 88 and the 55, they are teammates. And it looks like Munson just got loose on the outside. That or Netcode collecting the 55. And that breaks my heart right there. The 55, all they're trying to do is ride right there. Getting collected from the 40. And again, no fault of the 55. And it doesn't look like the 88 did anything. Watch this coming out of 4. Not at all. It might have been Netcode.
Ooh, that's close.
You got it. Is that Netcode? That looks like Netcode on my screen.
Yeah, it looks like a Netcode for sure there. That's very unfortunate.
Redneck Firefighter 98 said it had to be because of my wreck earlier. I slapped the inside wall pretty hard, but I had good temps and all was slowing down for the field. It just blew up. Stephen Gurley says, same bump that took me out. Yeah, the bumps, again, there's 2 bumps, I believe, on the outside of 1 and 2, and then a big bump in the inside lane of turn 4. Am I correct there, Perrin?
Yeah, a big bump. Yeah, for sure.
Again, if you haven't anticipated or know how to handle that, it could be a challenge. Josh Cole going to be leading a lap here under caution. Good for that 22 team.
Let's see, who will win the race off of pit road? It looks like the 2 car will be the first off of pit road.
Min Hang getting off of there first. Again, I don't know if it's gas or a fresh set. But either way, he's going to have the advantage. Paul Wilkins looks like he will be second after it's all said and done, unless he pits now. He will not. He will move up and be on that front row with Josh Cole. Again, if you know anything about me, I am a Paul Wilkins fan. Big fan. Heard he's moving to Japan to meet the love of his life. Oh, he's going down. What is he doing?
Oh man, what is he doing?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. You might want to find out. I'm not sure. I don't think he was at fault for anything. I don't know. We don't know here in the booth. We don't get told. We just go along with it. Jeff Gilmore and Josh Cole looks like the potential front row here when we go back to Green Flag Racing. Miller High Life machine, big Miller High Life fan. I don't drink it, but I support it. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, proud.
Man, there's 60 laps to go here. I guarantee you the intensity will go up on this restart. Mark my words, man. They are about to get wild here at Iowa tonight.
Well, again, as we get under, as you mentioned, 60 laps to go, it's starting to get down to crunch time. But as Nate Fuller has mentioned, Yahir Rodriguez has mentioned, a lot of these guys' focus is on just finishing the damn race. If you can finish the race, you're going to be okay.
For sure.
Especially if you're in the hunt, a finish here is solid. Iowa is huge again. Iowa deserves more credit than what it actually gets. This is a wonderful racetrack. Josh Cole, Jeff Gilmore on the front row, mid-hang, Matthew Reeks, row 2. Jonathan Evans, Brad Gutierrez, Trey Holmes, Jalen Handcamp, Yahir Rodriguez, and Nathan Fuller rounding out your top 10. Here we go, back to Green Flag Racing, and the Geico Restart Zone coordinator.
Green flag.
In the house. Here we go, Josh Cole.
Big jump for Josh. Oh, 3 wide for second.
Yeah, the 77 looks like he money shifted and almost put it in the infield. Saved it. But now as eating positions, Gutierrez hits the wall. Handcamp right there beside him. Josh Cole may lead this lap. Mid-hang. Oh! Gutierrez hits the wall. Gilmore inside. Trey Holmes as well.
They saved it. Oh my God, what a save.
Everybody hanging on tight, but we have a lead change up front, and that is Matthew Weeks taking it over. The 56 machine in the house. Weeks, Hanks, Evans, Cole, and Rodriguez, your top 5, with Gutierrez, Handcamp, Fuller, Comstock, and Anderson rounding out your top 10.
Don't look now, but back in third place is that 26 of Jonathan Evans, man. I am telling you, he is a very patient racer. Man, he is dangerous at this racetrack.
We are riding on board with the 26 machine, riding around in third place, as Baron Huggins mentioned. A stealthy force in this field. You always see him up towards the front, but he has not been able to collect the checkered flag. Hopefully for him, his luck changes here tonight, but for now it is Matthew Weeks, mid-hang, Jonathan Evans, Brad Gutierrez, and Yahir Rodriguez. Again, the 84 and the 16 having a solid run here tonight there.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a very fun race to watch. It's very entertaining.
Perrin, I have somebody to start some shit with you. Caden says Jonathan is not patient. He's arguing with you. He claims he is not patient. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that would be you, sir, are not patient yourself, Caden.
And let the dissonance commence.
Oh, side by side, firmly, the 2 car once again is ripping the high side, and he wants that lead back here at Iowa.
And he has a good run on that outside line and is continuing to be effective. That high line rips if you know how to ride it. And mid-hang does, and that's a good segue into our next Loose and Loud, sponsored by myself, the Horse Boat. Much love to y'all. Enjoy this Loose and Loud.
Caution, caution.
All right, looks like we're having trouble yet again here, Perrin. Looks like Bowles was in this, Fuller and DeWalt. Let's see how it looks like. Oh, Bowles just ate shit.
Man, Mike DeWalt has had a very rough race.
He has.
And it started with my own doing, losing talent off of turn 4.
It happens. I mean, I think for a lot of drivers, for the most part, most drivers understand. It is what it is. It's a part of racing. And sometimes you got the luck, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you need the luck into stuff, and sometimes it's pure skill. But it looks like here on the replay, Bowles just loses it a little bit, collects Fuller and DeWalt. In the process, not much there to go back and look at, but we'll look at it again just for viewership pleasure. But it looks like the 85 just got a little loose. Easy to do here at Iowa, especially, you think you got that grip, and really you don't. So the 85, the 24, and the 9 involved in that one. Looks like the 24 and the 9 and the 85 will be okay, but they may not be 100%. Again, Perrin Huggins with me in the booth here tonight, and I'm going to keep him around here to the end of the race. He's going to do a post-race interview and hang out with me. Again, a pleasure, as always. I'm trying to get Tyrone in the booth here, but I don't know if he's going to come. Perrin, I don't know if you can pull some strings. I don't know if you got connections to his agent. I don't know. But it'd be nice to have him in here. I love talking to Tyrone. It's always a pleasure when he's here.
Yeah, for her sure, man. He's very fun to be around.
Ooh.
I sent him a Discord message. Actually, I'm just waiting on a response back.
Now we gotta get him racing, because I love his personality. He is great on Twitch. When I see him on my front page, because I follow him, I tune in, because I think it's just, he's explosive, but he has good logic. He's a very smart guy. One of my favorites to watch. And again, I'm a Midwestern guy, so I support my Midwestern people. Tyrone falls in that category. Yeah, again, would love to get the 773 out in the Gears Cup Series. Hopefully we get him here in 2025.
Yeah, he may do it for sure, man. I hope he does. Be a awesome add-on.
He is. He really is. And I don't mean to gush, because I watch him a lot. So he's one of those guys that I just enjoy his personality, enjoy what he brings, I enjoy what he brings into the sport of auto racing, and the light that he sheds where it may not be shed. He connects with people that I would never connect with. So it's a beautiful thing that he is out there promoting NASCAR, promoting his thing, doing his thing, and we can do nothing here at the Casa de la Horseboat but support Tyrone Reed. Again, Fly Guy 773, look him up on Twitch. Fly Guy only, I think, 773 on twitch.tv. Big shout out to that guy. Again, mid-hang, Jonathan Evans looks like they're going to lead us off in row 1. Jalen Handcamp and Sean Anderson, row 2, with Matthew Weeks and Skylar Comstock, row 3, with Yahir Rodriguez and Brad Gutierrez. Team RGR, row 4, with Andrew Allen and Trey Holmes in the top 10. Again, next week we have the Brickyard 200 here at Indy. Details will follow here next week for our drivers. We are excited for that race. Perrin, I hope you are as well.
Oh yeah,
and then Daytona.
I am very excited. Man, I can't wait. I love it. It is a very fun race track to race. Man, I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Yeah, Indy is awesome, and then 2 weeks from tonight, Daytona. I can't do that. From when we get to Daytona, we'll have about, again, at that point, 5 races to go. Again, Michigan being the last one. Min Hang and Jonathan Evans to lead us off in the front row in the Geico restart zone. Mustang versus a Camaro.
Ready,
Here we
green
go.
flag.
Green flag racing for the Coordinators 200.
Big jump. Big jump. The two-car. Huge jump. Oh, they're about to be side by side for second, but Evans will clear Sean Anderson for second.
Looks like the 56 was all over the back bumper of the 70, then moving over to try to take that position. We are 3 wide for second place now between the 13, 70, and the 56. The 2 and the 26 now battling for the lead. Jonathan Evans digging deep on that inside.
Oh, they're about to be side by side for the lead. It's close. It's tight out there. There's...
Again, connections being the importance. Jonathan Evans connecting here towards the front. And do we have a 4 wide?
Oh, my.
We almost had it, but we didn't. So close.
Side by side down the backstretch, and the 2 will clear the 26. They're side by side again in 3 and 4.
26 and 2 battling side by side for position. Looks like Min Hang gets credit for that lap lead, but Jonathan Evans in the 26 right there. Matthew Weeks has made his return, and he's made his name known.
Will he clear him? Oh, your new leader. The 26 of Jonathan Evans takes the top spot.
Cody Johnson's #1 fan leads that lap, but now we have a menage a trois of pain for the lead between the 56, 26, and the 2. The 2 will drop back, give way to the 56 and 26.
Here comes Matthew Weeks. He is flying on those new 4 tires. They're side by side for the lead into turn 1.
Matthew Weeks been up front all night, as is the 26. Both drivers severely talented here at Iowa Speedway 2. Almost disadvantaged for the other drivers. Min Hang has done well, driven on the outside line most of the night, has served him well. He has fallen back now to 7th. Matthew Weeks, Jonathan Evans, Skylar Comstock, Yahir Rodriguez, and Jalen Handcamp. Your top 5 with Brad Gutierrez, Min Hang, Connor Rowe, Jeff Gilmore, and Trey Holmes rounding out your top 10.
Man, a name we have not said all night long is sitting right there in 3rd place. It is the 28 car of Skylar Comstock. Man, he came out of nowhere, and now he is side by side for 2nd.
Skylar Comstock, as Perrin Huggins has mentioned, making a march back up towards the front. Again, he started in the top 5 to begin the race. Excuse me, started 15th to begin the race. Has climbed up all the way up to 2nd in that Natty machine. In my touring days with the bands that I traveled with, Natty Ice, again, this is Natural Light, but Natty Ice was the drink of choice for us dudes in hardcore. Matthew Weeks, Skylar Comstock, Yahir Rodriguez, Jonathan Evans, and Brad Gutierrez, your top 5 with Handcamp, Rowe, Hang, Robertson, and Gilmore, your top 10. Let's ride on board with 77 of Jeff Gilmore. Holy cow, 3 wide, it almost was. They're back for 10. Running on board with Min Hang. Let's see how he hangs on here. Riding around in 11th. Perrin, I don't know if you can explain this for us or not. But when you're riding on that outside line, is it true or false that that right front tends to heat up a lot more on a long green flag run rather than on the inside line?
Oh yeah, for sure. If there's a very long run, you want to be on the inside line, man. That top side will roast your tires very badly.
I like running that outside line because you feel like you have more control, you maintain more speed, but again, as you mentioned, it does heat up that right front. What is the advantage to riding the inside line around Iowa?
Well, I think if you run the inside, it's way more stable. On the top, you feel like you're on an edge, and if you're on the inside line, you can just chill and save and let guys go. So yeah, that's the main reason of why the inside saves more tires here.
RGR again running 3rd and 4th, on track for both to have a top 5 finish here tonight. Matthew Weeks, your leader, with 2nd place. Skylar Comstock, which has emerged, started 15th, now up into 2nd. And we have 22 laps to go. This is crunch time now for these drivers. Do you think Matthew Weeks has what it takes to win this race?
Yes, sir, I do. I do not think 2nd or 3rd has anything for Matthew without a late race flag flying.
And now I can't say that won't happen, but do you think they're going to have to pit one more time?
I do not. If his race goes green, I don't think that they have to pit. No.
Okay. Again, Matthew Weeks, your leader. Skylar Comstock, here. Rodriguez, Brad Gutierrez, and Jonathan Evans, your top 5. Connor Rowe, Ryan Robertson, Trey Holmes, Ken Dorian Davis, and Jalen Handcamp rounding out your top 10. We are going to give you once more, I should say, Loose and Loud, again sponsored by yours truly, the Horse Boat. All right, as we are 10 laps to go, we're going to bring you back in now. Tom Torrey here alongside me. I have Perrin Huggins again. Perrin, thank you so much. I know that you ended up not being able to finish the race and being, DNFing here tonight, but thank you so much for being a part of this. We have Matthew Weeks, Brad Gutierrez, I hear Rodriguez, Skylar Comstock, and Connor Rowe, your top 5. Troy Holmes, Ken Dorian Davis, Jeff Gilmore, Ryan Robertson, and Paul Wilkins rounding out your top 10. I could go into a bevy of different things, but the biggest mover of the night right now as it stands, 8th place is Ryan Robertson, started 36th, now up to 8th.
Man, Matthew Weeks in that 56 car has gapped the field by 2 seconds now, a 2.1.
Oh, we got trouble.
Lead. Oh, we got trouble in turn 1.
Minhang looks like he's able to keep it together, but almost at the expense of the lead lap field. Matthew Weeks out in front with 6 laps to go has put a gap on this field, as Perrin has mentioned. Cole Stray show to follow this. Hopefully we get an interview with the top 3. Skylar Comstock in 3rd right now. You hear Rodriguez and Connor Rowe battling for 4th and 5th. With Trey Holmes knocking on that door. You hear Rodriguez going, getting loose, snapping loose on a 4. And he's around on the inside and the infield.
Oh, no.
They are going to keep it green. 1 car cautions, as long as they are not a threat to anybody else in the field, we will keep it green flag racing. 5 laps to go. Oh, Brad getting loose off of 4.
Oh, very, very loose.
RGR trying to hold it together, especially Brad, trying to hold it down for a top 3 finish, getting into that podium conversation. Skylar Comstock closing in on the 84. Got Trey Holmes there, locking in the top 5. 3 laps to go. Matthew Weeks, Brad Gutierrez, Skylar Comstock, Connor Rowe, and Trey Holmes. Ken Dorian Davis knocking on the old back door for 5th place. Paul Wilkins, Jeff Gilmore, Justin Shoup, and Ryan Robertson.
Caution down.
And we have a late caution.
Caution. 2 laps to go. The
What was it?
comes
Can you
out.
tell me, Perrin? Can you tell me?
I can't find it. Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh.
Well, there were 2 cars wrecked, so I don't know why it's bullshit.
Let's back that ass up and find out what we can find out as the drama is unfolding late. We will have a green-white checkers, and it looks like Ryan Robertson, Justin Shoup, and the 77 of Jeff Gilmore. Let's take a sneak peek at what the hell happened.
This changes everything.
Everything, Perrin. You're right. Shoup driving hard, Gilmore driving hard, gangbang orangutan across the front, start, finish line. Oh, 77 and the 66 have puppies and mix. And caution comes out because of it. Let's ride on board with the 66 FedEx Freight FedEx Sucks machine, Ryan Robertson. Again, FedEx Sucks, not the driver. Unfortunate in this circumstance. Let's replay this shit. Yeah, Gilmore snapping loose, Shoup getting involved. Yeah, it just got buck wild real quick. 66,
man,
77, orangutan and bang.
That is brutal.
It is brutal. I'll back that up one more time so y'all can see it. If you missed it, taking a drink, got up, went to the bathroom, we'll give you another chance to take a sneak peek. We'll go blimp cam just for you.
And Weeks did not hit. He stayed on the racetrack.
Did he? Now in the replay, I noticed Paul Wilkins got really loose out of 4, ended up in the infield grass, unabated to everything else. So that might be something to watch out for. But Perrin, can you repeat that information that you just shared with us?
Matthew Weeks in the 56 did not pit. The race later did not pit.
Again, this will be the first green-white checkers of the evening. Matthew Weeks, Justin Shoup set to be on the front row as you're watching high above the meandyourmom.com blimp cam. Perrin Huggins, Tom Torrey here with you. The call for the conclusion of this race. Next week will be the Brickyard 200 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the wonderful Indianapolis, Indiana. Again, the 56 has had a good car all night. Justin Shoup has been in trouble. He hasn't been near the front as much tonight, but is now Ryan Robertson right there. Trey Holmes, Brad Gutierrez, both strong cars all evening long. Connor Rowe has been hanging around. Kendorian Davis surely has been hanging around, as well as Josh Cole and Jonathan Evans. As Perrin mentioned, Jonathan Evans wanting this one really bad.
And it looks like the first one on 4 tires will be 5th place. The 84 of Brad Gutierrez.
Now let's talk real quick because they're under yellow. If you knew you had 4 cars in front of you that didn't take any tires at all, what is your strategy? Are you running through them? How are you navigating this traffic to get to the front and to finish strong?
Well, this is a very tough situation, man. But I am full sending it. There are 2 laps to go, man. A win is on the line. A playoff spot is on the line, man. Dude, you have to go balls to the wall here, man, for sure. Have to send it. Have to go.
And we're going to give you the lineup, hopefully, here, the one and only green-white checkers of the night. On the front row, you have Matthew Weeks leading us off in the Geico restart zone with Justin Shoup, Ryan Robertson, and Trey Holmes, row 2. Row 3, Brad Gutierrez and Skylar Comstock. Unfortunately, that's the how many we're going to get through. Let's get through to our first green-white checkers of the night for the Gears Cup Series Coordinators 200. Let's go. Matthew Weeks leading us down. Here we go. Geico restart zone. Bada bing, bada boom. Big jump for the 56. And we are off.
3 wide in. 2, 1. Here comes Brad in the 84. He just passed 3 cars. He's already up to 2nd on fresh tires. Here he comes. Brad Gutierrez. He is flying.
Here we go. Will they take the white flag?
Caution.
And we have a caution.
What is the fucking caution for? Big crash. Okay, man, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Not sure exactly what transpired there, but let's find out with the Gears Cup Series Instant Replay. Going to bring us out. Ooh, I just saw it. Trying to get to that white flag. Oh, yeah. Looks like Skylar Comstock getting taken for a ride. Ooh, almost. That was a good call, I believe, by Race Control to call that caution. Potential for damage was high there. They're going to re-rack and get back to green flag racing. Apparently, when it's all said and done here tonight, how do you, consensus in a whole, how do you think this night has gone?
I am sorry I was on mute, but I think it has been a very fun race to watch, man. It's very fun to watch.
It has been a battle. Again, up front, you kind of had your usual suspects. But Tyler Curley running out of talent. Van Drugman running out of talent. Matt Albert not being able to finish here tonight as far as being up front.
Man, I'll tell you what, Tom. That 56 of Matthew Weeks is a sitting duck, man. That 84 is sitting in second place on 4 fresh tires. There is no way he does not win this race.
It would be the second victory on the season for Brad Gutierrez if he is able to bring it home again. As Perrin mentioned, he is on a fresh set of tires. So getting off to the restart would be important for him to maintain position with Matthew Weeks. He might be able to bang it home. Notably, again, Justin Shoup still hanging around here in third place, having a good run. Does he have anything left for this field to bring his first win of the Gears Cup Series season? Trey Holmes right here in the 25 has been a strong contender all night long. Has been unable to put it together so far. A podium finish would be memorable for him and his team this series. And then Jonathan Evans, as Perrin Huggins pointed out, is hungry for a win. 2 weeks at Monza. He had it a couple of weeks ago. He had it at another track. It has slipped away. Will he capitalize here tonight? And most importantly, a big shout out to the 67 of Ken Dorian Davis. Started 19th, now up to 6th place. Having a good run for the 67. Monster Energy Toyota Camry has a shot for a top 5 finish. Again, 2 big tracks, 2 weeks in a row. Indianapolis Motor Speedway and then Daytona. Not something we necessarily put together on purpose, but are happy that it's put together in that fashion. Should be a fun month of racing here in July. Again, as we are in mid-summer 33 race schedule. We know that a lot of leagues don't do this. They break it in half. We don't do that shit around here. You are here, you are in it to win it and have fun most of all every Friday night here at the Gears Cup Series. Matthew Weeks going to lead us down in green-white checkers number 2. The inside of him is going to be Brad Gutierrez. Row 2 is going to be Trey Holmes and Justin Shoup. Row 3, Jonathan Evans and Ken Dorian Davis. Row 4 is going to be Skylar Comstock and Jalen Handcamp. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Yahir Rodriguez and Josh Cole.
Oh man, I am so excited. 2 laps to go, man, it don't get no better than this, Tom. Bring it on.
Daryl Walter would say tighten those belts one more time as we get ready for the Geico restart zone. Matthew Weeks in the 56 leading us down. Again, a couple of people in the chat called it out here tonight that he will be the winner. Flag. Will it be? He gets a good jump off the start again. The 84, keep in mind, has a fresh set of Goodyear tires going into turn 1 and 2. He has got it all together as the 56. Trey Holmes on the outside in the 25, trying to make this stick. Again, this is green-white checkers number 2. Can they get to the start-finish line for the white flag?
They do. White flag's in the air, 1 to go.
We have some wrecking across the start-finish line, but we are staying green. Gutierrez going for it.
New leader,
84, 56 to the inside, side-by-side action to inside 3 and 4. No telling who your Coordinator 200 winner will be as we're crossing the checkered flag, finish line, whatever you want to call it. The 84, Brad Gutierrez, your winner of the Coordinators 200.
Man, I knew it, bro. An awesome call. Man, what a great call, those 4 tires to pit there. Awesome win.
RGR in effect here tonight. Win number 2 for Brad Gutierrez in the HendrickCars.com machine. He will celebrate. We will take a short break, show you the unofficial standings of this race, interview our drivers, and tee it up for the Brickyard 200 next week at Indianapolis. Again, you have just watched the Naders 200 by the Gears Cup Series.
I'm 10-4. Got you.
All right, bringing you back in here for the Gears Cup Series post-race show, brought to you by the Gears Racing League. Again, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horse Boat. Happy to have you along here with us tonight. We do have our top 3, and we'll get to them in just a moment. I am joined again by Perrin Huggins. Perrin, thank you for joining me tonight for the race, or the conclusion of it. Happy to have you. Let's bring in now our third place finisher, Jalen Handcap. Jalen, thank you so much for joining the program. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Thank you so much for joining us again. Third place finish, got into some trouble here mid-race, was able to rebound and come back with a podium finish. How do you feel your race went?
I think it went good. I just wish I never sped on pit road. I think if I didn't speed on pit road, it could have been better, but good recovery for third.
You had a great race, Jalen. Again, you are proving every time you step out on the track for the Gears Cup Series, you do an awesome job. Excellent racecraft. Again, congratulations again on another podium finish. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Not really anybody I want to shout out, but thank you for that.
No problem, Jalen. Have a great evening, and thank you again for racing the Gears Cup Series.
Yeah.
That is Jalen Handcamp in the 70 machine. And let's get in the 56. Matthew Weeks coming in second tonight. Perrin, I know you had some questions for him. Take it away.
Oh yeah, Matthew, man, I feel for you, dude. You had that race all wrapped up, and then a late race flag flew. What could you have done to win that race differently?
Probably pitted with those guys. I didn't expect that many people had a set of tires left or was going to use them coming to the green white checker like that. But yeah, I thought we had it in the bag on that long green flag run. I noticed with the 20 lap runs we were getting, I always seemed to get better towards the end, and I just needed that long run. And if it wasn't for that caution, we had it. I think if I pitted and put 2 on there, I think we would have been fine because them old tires held up just enough to be able to hang on to P2.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, you ran a very smart race. Do you have any shout outs, buddy?
Yeah, you guys in the booth, I know I've been kind of here and there this season, so glad to show up and put on a good race for you guys, and hopefully it was good for everyone. JV Designs, my buddy Justin Vandermeer paints all my schemes. Love him. Is just probably one of my favorites. It sucks the 56 is on the side because everyone knows I'm the 11, but it is what it is. Trey Holmes, he had a good run tonight. All my buddies over in another league, Pro Edge, that was tuning in and everything. Shout out to those guys, everyone that watched, everyone that runs the league, and shout out to Brad on the win. And I think it was Jonathan Evans. I was battling through the race on the longer run, so shout out to those guys for racing me clean. It was good racing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, you almost had that win, man, and best of luck for you to the rest of the season, buddy.
All right, man. Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That was the 56 of Matthew Weeks, and let's bring in the two-time winner here this season here at the Gears Cup Series, Brad Gutierrez, your winner tonight for the Corn and Naders 200. Brad, and more importantly, RGR, having a wonderful evening here tonight with 2 cars here having a wonderful showing in the top 15. How are you feeling here tonight, Brad?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty great, man. At the beginning of the race, I got caught up in one of the wrecks that happened in the front, and I really thought the race was over from there. But what a way to come back, I had that like 3 minutes of damage or whatever, got it repaired. But the car felt amazing in the back of the field. But once I got towards like the front, it started to, have some little issues, but what a way to fight through it. My teammates, man, what a showing. We had 3 of us at the top, in the top 5 at one point going after the leader. But tire wear is just crazy. We couldn't get him. That caution at the end is really what won me this race. Sucks for Matthew. He had it, but it happens in racing.
Yeah, it definitely was a racing deal. Perrin called it before on that last restart before we got to that last caution. You took tires, Matthew Weeks didn't. It turned out to be the difference maker. Again, Brad, congratulations. 2 wins here on the season. You're locked into the playoffs. You are good to go. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, before I do that, I do definitely want to say that, in the Gears, the competition is so high. I've been on a good result streak for a while now. Obviously the one in Atlanta would have been 3. It would have been nice, but, it happens. Other than that, I want to shout out my RGR guys, Yahir, Skylar, Jacob, Jake, who we're aligned with now, Ken Dorian. Should shout them guys out for, we help them out and they help us out as well. Definitely my Asphalt Media guys over racing right now, waiting for me to race with them. They let me come over here and, show our talents to the competitive field that you guys are.
Right on.
And then I definitely want to shout out my family, family here at home that watches these races, family out in Colombia, Honduras that watch these races as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout them out.
Right on. Well, Brad, again, 2nd win on the season for you, showing up to be RGR's dominant force. Congratulations and good luck on your way to a dominant playoff. I can't imagine it couldn't be anything less. You have shown nothing but great talent. Congratulations tonight, Brad.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. That was the 84 of Brad Gutierrez. And again, Perrin, do you have any closing thoughts before we end this show here tonight?
Very fun race, man. Man, congrats to Brad on the win there. Awesome call for 4 tires. And we will see y'all next week at the Brickyard.
Yeah, the Brickyard 200 again. 80 laps around the mighty rectangle. Hopefully to have you here. Same bat time, same bat channel. For Perrin Huggins, I am Tom Torrey, a.k.a. The Horseboat. Wishing you a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you here back next Friday night for the Brickyard 200. Again, have a great evening, and thank you for watching the Gears Cup Series. Give me just 1 minute, Perrin.
All right.